Hey there! Ever been frustrated with your eyebrows? Well, you're not alone today. So for this week's tutorial, I'll be showing you a quick step on getting the perfect eyebrows. Now, there are loads of products for brows out there, so go to any cosmetic counters or any cosmetic stores and pick the ones that you are comfortable using. I'm gonna show you some of my favorite brow products that I've been crying all over whenever I run out of it. P.S. I'm a brow freak. Let's start with brow pencils. Now, I'm sure you have seen most of these Now, these brow pencils here, they are actually the main essential for every cosmetic brands out there. So what I have here is a MAC Deluxe Brow Liner Pencil, and it comes with a mascara wand at the end of the brow pencil. This is actually the mascara wand to actually soften up the the pencil right after you finish creating the brow shape. That is slightly a bit powdery, and they are very natural. Now, I would actually suggest you to go for brow pencil if you have thick brows like mine, and if you don't, you can go with brow wax, and this is also by MAC. This is eyebrows crayon. Here it's crayon finish, and it's slightly a bit thin compared with a pencil. So for this one here, it's deep. Next one, it would be brow set, or most of the people will be familiar with the term brow mascara. And this is actually a a brow coloring tool that you can actually temporarily color your brows to match your hair. So over here I have two colors. Okay, so this is Bigao by heavy rotation, and it's a coloring eyebrow, and I'm not sure what color is this because it's all in Japanese. I'm not sure if you see that. It's all in Jipuna. A slightly lighter color, as I have a faux blonde hair. So Ugh. Ick. Ugh. Okay. I think this thing. I have this for quite some time now, and it's slightly a bit runny because I haven't been using it for quite some time now, and I don't think I'm gonna be using it. So yeah. Ugh. Now the next one would be brow gel, and the product that I have here with me is True Brunette Fluid Line Brow Gel Cream, and this is my color at the moment that I've been using. Most of the time, if I'm doing any water activity, this one here is gonna stay on your brows and it's not gonna run or any smudges or anything. So this is really pigmented and really good. This one here was my previous color before I did my faux blonde hair. So this one here is a brow shader by MAC, and a color of, let me see, is the color of walnut. Yeah. And the highlight powder that comes together with it is ivory. Here, this is to highlight your brow bone, and this one here is for your brows. The next product, I would actually label it as my utmost favorite, or easy to use. It comes with a powder, and it comes in a liquid pen form. Yeah, it was actually recommended by a friend of mine, and ever since I've started the product, and then I've wanted it so badly, but because it's only available in Japan, so I have to wait for the opportunity to either go to Japan and get it myself. I would like to personally thank Laureen for getting these babies for me all the way from Japan while she's visiting Japan, and I know that she's traveling and busy doing her stuff, but she would actually take time to, so I'm just gonna take one off. I had Laureen to get two for me because I'm sure I wouldn't have the opportunity to visit Japan at the moment, so I have to ask her to get to how it really looks like. What it says here is integrate. I'm sure it's the brand of the company, and over here it's indicated powder, liquid, 2-in-1, where it doesn't come with the mascara wand to soften it up. So this is actually a sponge tip brow. It's really soft. If you use a brow powder using sponge, it's gonna soften up eventually. It comes with a very thin brush. It helps to create very fine brow tails. Yeah. For your brows front, the beginning of your brows, it will be at your corner of your nose, at the front of your eyes, and that's where your eyebrow should start. End of your brows is going to be at 45 degrees where your eye ends, and that's where your nose as your marking, and this is where your eyebrow should end. Now for the arch itself, it's where your outer iris, that's where your arch should be. Before I start, I need to clean my own brows. If you can see here, it's slightly a bit messy. It hasn't been touched for at least a month now. A cosmetic shaver knife for brows, and I'm gonna just shave it to create the shape that I'm used to. So I'm gonna do that. Because I can't twist them, I couldn't find my tweezer anywhere, and I think it's lost. So this is the shape that is suitable for my face shape, and furthermore, because I'm a male, so I need a square brow just to accentuate the eye a bit more, because I don't do eye makeup on a normal day basis, so I need a square brow. So I'm gonna teach you a quick shortcut to find your arch if you are born without an arch. So what you do is place your finger at the corner outer of your iris, place your finger there and lift it up. So once you lift it up lightly, you can actually see the shape of your brows. Take a pencil liner and do a marking where your arch is. When you do this, you can actually see the shape of your brows that is actually slightly a bit higher, and then it goes down. For the tail itself, if you want to do a marking at where your tail should end and at the end of your eye, that is where your tail should end for your brow tails. My daily brow routine by using integrate perfect brow stay on liquid and powder side. As you know, it's a sponge tip. Now the powder doesn't come out from this sponge. Powder is placed in the cap itself. You place it back and you twist it just a few times just to place the powder, just to twist the color onto the sponge, and that's where the color will stay on the sponge again, and you can just use it directly. So I'm gonna use the powder first, beginning of my brows right till where my arch ends. This is a very natural brow finish. I'm not sure you can see the color, but let's hope that it's slightly a bit visible for video recording. Ouch, I think you can see all this redness that I'm having from the shaving. Use the brow powder here. Follow back the brow shape that you have just shaved. You don't have to redo it again and again and again and again. And the back part, I would actually use the liquid. So I'm just gonna finish this up and I'll show you the liquid next. I'm gonna use the liquid, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start on top of where I stopped my powder at the arch area here, and I'm just gonna lightly draw on. So this is actually very soft. The liquid itself, it looks super heavy when you keep on loading it up. Then that's where it looks slightly a bit more 3D brows. The front is slightly a little bit much more natural due to the powder that I'm using, and the back of the brow is slightly much more deeper as I'm using the liquid. I've done doing my brows. After reshaping it, I've used the powder for the front, liquid liner for brows for the back here. I'm gonna do this by cleaning up on areas, or I would say I would do this to clean up my brows, just to accentuate my brows a bit more. So I'm just gonna place the concealer at the bottom of my brows here. This is the area that I've concealed or cleaned using a concealer instead of using a cotton bud with a remover, and it looks much more accentuated and it looks really pop up. If you can see that the concealer I've used lighter than my own skin tone, but because that you are gonna apply foundation on your skin, it doesn't matter. But because I don't have a foundation right now, so you can see a two-tone where the concealer and my skin is slightly a bit fairer. Now, the other side here is without a concealer. Now, if you're using a cotton bud with a remover, make sure that the cotton bud is not too damp. If not, when you do the upper part, when you clean the upper part, it's gonna drip down to where your brow is and it's gonna smear just a little bit. I've done that before and it's not pleasant. And then you just clean it up very lightly, and that's where you can get a fast brow that you don't actually have to use a concealer to cover it. Just to clean up a little bit on the other side here. I hope you guys learned something new about brows today, and I do advise to keep practicing. Stare into the mirror for as long as possible. Study your features, study your brows, study your skin. And I would like to thank you guys once again for watching. If you came across this video while searching for it, thank you for watching. Do remember to subscribe for more videos right over here and over here. I shall see you guys soon for our next tutorial. Now, if you have any messages or any requests or any ideas, do message me at the comments down below. Bye bye.